and welcome to the Best of the South. I'm Marcus Burnett. I'm going to be joined by LaShawn Dempsey as we get ready to bring you live action here from the 16 and under division championship. It features Team Forrest versus Game Elite. We appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. It's been a great weekend here at Sewanee Sports Academy. LaShawn, your thoughts as we get ready to kick this matchup off?
Exactly.
We see Team Forrest with the ball, still a 0-0 ball game. Tied up there along the corner. Finally able to get it out. John Agwuche with the ball. Tray ball on the way. That shot's no good there for Luis Rubianis. Justin Forrest with the steal. Long rebound there. Here's Precious Aya.
Ooh, good move. Good money. Good money.
Aya's bucket makes it a 2-0 ball game. Team Forrest had a tough semifinal matchup against Each One Teach One Elite out of Florida. They were able to get the victory, actually a late comeback there in that game, which has them here up against Game Elite. Aya getting them on the board there with that first bucket. No good on the baseline jumper there for Game Elite. It's Marcel Gleaton. Rubianis is going to try another three-pointer. That one's no good. Rebounded by Game Elite. Oh. SWAT team caught there by Precious Aya. Still a 2-0 ball game.
Very, very good looking prospect. Runs the floor well, strong body, rebounds well. He's a great asset for the Green Force.
That team's no stranger to good assets. Precious Aya, that's one person that you mentioned, but also John Agwuche actually had a 45-point game, I believe it was yesterday, here at the Best of the South as well. And those are just a couple. Plenty of reasons for Coach Jones, Coach Kareem, and those guys over there at Green Forest to be happy about the future. Checking into the game for Game Elite, got number 24, Robert Baker Jr.
Baker has definitely had a phenomenal weekend. A lot of schools looking at him at this current time. 6'6" guy that can put the ball on the floor, shoot it. Really good ball play.
Definitely taking advantage of the revolving door of college coaches that have come through SSA here over the past couple days. You see the nice dish and the finish there. Number 4 for Team Forrest, Justin Forrest. If you've got the same last name as the team, you got to be able to go to work.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Makes it a 4-1 ball game. In the passing lanes there, but unable to come up with it. It's Fletcher Bird. Bucket inside there, number 11, Cameron Jordan. 3-4 ball game.
Oh, good crossover.
Agwuche seeing some of what got him that 40-piece nugget. That Agwuche layup makes it 6-3. Ooh. Cameron Jordan looking to flush. Now you got to keep in mind, he goes to the same high school as Jaylen Brown. A good player in his own right, but, if birds of a feather flock together, those type of high-flying plays are kind of expected.
Definitely. But what's even more impressive is Mr. Baker with a great pass at the high post, showing off his skill set, going to the basket right there.
And Baker's so good. He's got length that you can tell he's almost still getting used to using.
Definitely.
Robert Baker Jr., he's number 24 in the black jerseys. But we see Team Forrest with another bucket there. They take a three-point advantage, but not for long. It's number 32, Tyquan Lewis, gets the layup to go, and we're going to have a timeout. 8-7 ball game, man. How's the pace and production, in your opinion, thus far?
I feel like right now, both teams thrive in the up-tempo set, and both teams, I think, are looking to push the ball and get out in transition and score and get easy buckets. So this should be a really, really good game with two teams that thrive in the open court.
They've done that so far. 8-7 ball game in favor of Team Forrest. Right at 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Forrest kicks it over to Aguche. Trying to look inside. Forrest feels like they have an advantage there. They've got number 32, Marcel Gleaton, who's being guarded by Eastman. Meanwhile, they'll get it to Aya as he gets the bucket to go off the window.
Great finish. Great set of hands.
Precious Aya gets another bucket here. 10-7 advantage. Game Elite gets a quick timeout. Coach not happy about something he saw there.
I tell you, for Precious to get an opportunity to play with an ACC great and Coach Forrest has to be such a great learning experience when you're playing with a guy who put up big numbers in high school and had a really good career at Georgia Tech University.
It's nothing like being able to learn from those who have done it at levels that you aspire to do it at. See Forrest nearly with the pass there. Get it ahead to Eastman. Shot just off the mark. Strong rebound inside there. That was Gleaton with the rebound. Gets it to Aguche. Forrest tells him to clear us out. He's going to pull the three. Long rebound over the Game Elite.
Great pass. Great pass, point guard.
Pass made there by number 3, Andrew Jones. Not a bad name to have here in the Atlanta area.
No.
For any Braves fans out there. Remember,
Definitely.
The big Andrew Jones. It was Andrew with the U and the W, but he played some good center field for us back in those days.
Definitely. I tell you, this game I think is going to be decided by what teams can do the small things. As you've seen just there with the great outlet pass, the little things is going to determine who's going to win with such evenly matched teams.
Great point when you got athleticism versus athleticism. What's going to be the differentiator? So we have another substitution by Team Forrest, number 44, back into the game. That's Rubianis. Wuche gets rid of it.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Cameron Jordan all over it, checks his rearview mirror and flushes.
Strong finish, young man. Strong finish.
That finish makes it a 10-10 ball game. Justin Forrest trying to step through. Going to be called for the travel back over to Game Elite. Checking into the game for Team Forrest, number 1, Solomon Haruna. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Jones going to get it ahead.
Great pass.
And it's converted on the other end. Tyquan Lewis, big fella running the floor in the right place at the right time to finish.
Team Forrest having a little trouble with their full court press. Game Elite showing a great ability to pass the ball up the floor.
Aya's going to be fouled on the reverse attempt. That'll send him to the free throw line. Aya, a member of that Green Forest team, as we mentioned. Played down in City of Palms last year. Really were able to turn some heads and kind of show those outside of Georgia what we've been able to see on a regular basis.
Definitely.
That's a tough, when you look at that private single A classification, Green Forest, Whitfield Academy, St. Francis, North Cobb Christian. I mean, that's one of the tougher the tougher districts to compete in the state.
Definitely, definitely. A lot of talent, top to bottom, in the state, especially in the Metro Atlanta area.
10 to 12 ball game, 2-point advantage. Cameron Jordan just had a dunk seconds ago. Can't get that one to go off the window, and it's rebounded by Team Forrest. We'll be honest with it.
Team 4 trying to spread them out here. Little 5-out action. Good move. Good move. Ooh, gotta finish that.
As he grimaces, takes accountability for it. He knew he had the shot, didn't finish, but all's well that ends well as they're able to get back on defense. Aruna with it. Now to Rubianis. That shot partially blocked. Good defense by Jordan. And I believe someone stepped out of bounds. I believe number 21, Brendan Miles, had a foot out of bounds. Miles out of the aforementioned Whitfield Academy.
A split. Great split.
Multiple hands up on that shot for Game Elite, and they get the rebound. Baker Jr. gets it to Eastman. Three-pointer on the way. Count it.
Good money. I tell you, I'm so impressed with Game Elite's ability to pass the basketball.
Yep.
They have to have 5 or 6 assists already in this first quarter, which is a great number for any coach.
And you really touched on it earlier. You know, beyond the direct assist, you highlighted the passes that led to that second and third pass to create the buckets. Those are just as important. See that bucket scored inside there by Eric Woodard. 15 to 12 ball game, 3-point advantage. Here for Game Elite. Eastman with it. SWAT team caught there by Team Forrest. Bird drops it off. Ball going to be knocked out of the hands of Marcel Gleaton. Last touch by Game Elite. It'll stay with Team Forrest. 8.7 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
Game Elite going with a 2-3 look for the inbound.
Gleaton, that's a tough shot. Misses the first, misses the second. And that is going to do it for the first quarter. Thanks for watching us here on SUV TV, and we'll be back shortly. And we're ready to get the second quarter rolling. 16 and under championship game here live from the best of the South. Game Elite with a 3-point advantage. Marcus Burnett joined by LaShawn Dempsey as the Southpaw tries to get his second 3-pointer of the game. Can't get it to go there is Lancaster. Wuche gonna get it ahead. That's a wide open 3-pointer, just short though. On the shot, there is Dominique Dendy. Baker Jr. gonna get it ahead. Miles with the jump shot. Splash.
Great pass. Great pass, big fella.
Nice pass there by Wuche, but unable to finish. There was Justin Forrest. Forrest wanted a foul call, and he gets it. So he'll go to the line and shoot two. Team Forrest has done a good job of keeping their composure. Game Elite after starting off kind of tit for tat, really a small, modest lead for Team Forrest. Game Elite is really taking the momentum, been able to force a couple more turnovers, and really just flowed a little bit more on the offensive side of things. But you see Team Forrest getting a little bit more settled now and pulling to within 4 points.
Yes, completely agree. Completely agree on that.
Eastman with it. Offensive foul going to go against Eastman. Not a whole lot of contact there, but Oguche with the nice sell. Forrest going to get it over. Woodard goes inside to Oguche. Oguche going to be called for the travel. You don't want to have too many empty possessions or turnovers here against this Game Elite squad. Pass. Another assist there by Robert Baker. It's finished by number 20, Yanni Starr. Starr, another Wheeler High School representative here on Game Elite. Oguche going to try to contest it three, in and out. Another loose ball foul is going to go against number 5, Precious Aya. So we've got 6 minutes, 32 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Miles ahead to Lancaster. Blocked there initially by Kelvin Simeon. But working on the glass there and getting the bucket. Number 20, Starr. Pushes the lead to 8 for Game Elite. This is a time to where, it's an 8-point lead for Game Elite. It's been back and forth, single-digit deficits up to this point. But if you're Team Forrest, you want to make sure you don't let these guys stretch it to the teens here at this point in the game.
Definitely need a solid possession on this. Possession on offense.
They're trying to go inside to get it. Won't get the shot initially. But earning a trip to the charity stripe will be number 22, Kelvin Simeon. You talked about the little things. Free throws. I know you really can't call them little things when you think about how they add up over the course of a game. But when you're talking first quarter, second quarter, you're not really thinking about the implications if it's a 1-point, 2-point game at the end. But you really got to be able to knock those down whenever you get those opportunities. As Simeon gets the second one to go, making it a 14-21 ball game. Solomon Haruna not happy about that foul call. Or maybe it's all even for what was kind of a questionable offensive foul call on Eastman, Both of those calls cancel each other out. Mid-range J knocked down Taekwon Lewis.
Good shot, big fella. Good shot.
We saw Lewis knock down that jumper. He really helped Game Elite get going by just running the floor.
Definitely. I'm just so impressed with Game Elite's ability to pass the basketball. It's really unselfish team.
Miles with the weight room move inside.
Ooh.
Miles from Whitfield Academy there. I think it's a lot of programs that play good, hard basketball here in Georgia, but Whitfield Academy, that's definitely one of their staples. I think Coach Tyrone Johnson and the Wolfpack do a great job of really producing, tough blue-collar players, and I think it really shows from their program year to year. An 11-point advantage for Game Elite. They get it ahead to Oguche. Oguche No freebies. They had to go to the line and earn them. Now, this was a similar kind of flow to the semifinals matchup between Team Forrest and Each One Teach One Elite. Each One Teach One led for the majority of that game. At times it was a double-digit lead, and Team Forrest was able to kind of rope-a-dope them. Stand up, take the body blows during the course of the game, but at the end, they were the ones able to deliver the knockout punch just in the nick of time. Your thoughts on them versus this game Elite squad and their margin for error on trying to close that gap before it's all said and done?
I believe with this game Elite Ball Club, unlike Each One Teach One, I believe this game Elite team is a much better passing team. I believe they don't rely as much on a one-on-one ball, and they rely on everybody getting a touch, everybody getting a good shot each possession, which makes it very dangerous to beat.
Robert Baker Jr. You don't got to see the Dow Jones to see how his stock has risen over the course of the past few days. Answer right back there, number 1, Haruna. But yeah, we might sound redundant talking about how well Game Elite has passed the basketball, but it's been huge because a big part of why Team Forrest was able to close the gap versus Each One Teach One was because they were able to provide some full court pressure that really helped create some turnovers and get some buckets going that way. But with Game Elite, we've seen them really handle any pressure that they provided almost like a practice situation.
And they've handled it with the pass rather than a dribble.
Yep. The lead still 10 for Game Elite. Haruna trying to get another bucket. This one won't stay down for him. But he'll go to the free throw line. Haruna out of the Hinesville, Georgia area. First Presbyterian Christian Academy. I believe they're the Highlanders down there. Trivia question for you, man.
Definitely, shoot away.
So we talked about Haruna being out of Hinesville, FPCA. What relevance does that have to the Green Forest Christian Academy program?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that one.
You see that bucket there by Cameron Jordan. Coach Jones, the head coach now at Green Forest Christian, was at First Presbyterian Christian Academy in Hinesville just before he took that position at Green Forest.
Wow. Learn something new every day.
Justin Forrest knocks down a three-pointer. And let's be honest, that wasn't a huge top of the radar, big trivia question, but it was something that I knew and I figured you didn't know. So trivia always makes you sound, it always looks a little bit better on your end when the person doesn't know.
Yeah, definitely.
22-32 ball game, 10-point advantage for Game Elite. Nice spark plug over the past few minutes has been Haruna.
Strong.
Pull-up jumper off the back of the rim. Team Forrest has pulled to within 8. Beyond NBA range three-pointer by Justin Forrest. That was a good foot behind the NBA three-point line.
Hand down, man down. Ooh.
Big bucket right there. It's 27-32. The momentum shifting towards Team Forrest. Haruna with a couple buckets inside. That deep three by Forrest. Jump shot off the back of the rim. I believe the past 3 shots for Game Elite have been jump shots. Not that they've been bad shots, but Team Forrest kind of tightening up things around the rim during that stretch. We'll be honest to Haruna. Haruna guarded by Robert Baker.
Oh.
Off the mark, the long arms of Baker there with the contest.
As we mentioned earlier, it's going to be very tough for Team Forrest to beat this Game Elite team with primarily one-on-one basketball.
You see another three-pointer knocked down by the lefty, number 23, Mark Lancaster. All over the passing lanes there is Jordan. Ball going to be knocked out of bounds by Team Forrest. Tough guy to get in front of is Cameron Jordan when he gets a full head of steam.
Yes, it is. Big, strong body.
Ball knocked out of bounds again by Team Forrest. 1 minute, 13 seconds left to play here in the first half. He's already got a couple. Can't get that one to go. Aruna gets it to Forrest and just hit a deep three-pointer. Give him another one. Back-to-back three-pointers there by Forrest has made it a 5-point ball game. Creeping along the baseline there is Lancaster. He's going to get called for the offensive foul. Stepping in and taking it, Precious Aya. What do you see as some of the main factors as to why Team Forrest has been able to, to experience this momentum over the past minute or so?
I believe Game Elite has gotten away from sharing the basketball in the half-court set as they did very well in the first quarter, which has allowed Team Forrest to open the game and take the momentum.
The three-point line has been kind to Team Forrest the past couple minutes. They missed there, but Oguche, offensive rebound, fouled by Cameron Jordan. He'll shoot two. .20 seconds left to play here in the first half. First free throw, silky for Oguche. Coming back into the game for Team Forrest, number 22, Kelvin Simeon. And Oguche has made it a one-possession game here early on. Though the first half is about to draw to a close, 10 seconds to work with. Jones loses it off of his foot. They've got to hurry before they don't get a shot off. And that's going to do it for the first half. You're watching the best of the South 16 and under championship, and we'll be back shortly after halftime.
Whenever you don't win a championship, you didn't complete your task. I have sour taste in my mouth from last season. I feel like I left something on the table personally. You take that into the summer and you use it as your motivation. There's no off season for me because there's always somebody else working. Before I start training, I think about the guys who I think are in front of me. I always picture that person, picture them working hard. I refuse to let them outwork me. No matter if it's a game, no matter if it's practice, no matter if I'm in the gym by myself lifting, I train as if it's game time. I know in order to be where I want to be, I have to mentally take myself there every single time. I always ask myself at the end of the day, did I get better? You're not staying the same. Either you're getting better or you're going backwards. I'm a lot stronger now than I was when I finished the season. Honestly, I never feel like I accomplished my goals. Well, ultimately, my goal is to win a championship in New York. I got a long ways to go, and I have to be physically and mentally ready to go the whole distance. That's what drives me every day. The day that I feel like I've accomplished my goals, I think I'll be retired.
All right, welcome back here to Court 4 at Sewanee Sports Academy, capital of grassroots basketball, as we get ready to bring you second half action. 16 and under championship, Team Forrest versus Game Elite. Eric Woodard, no good on the three-point attempt. And it'll go back over to Game Elite. Cameron Jordan has that one knocked out of bounds. I believe Jordan wanted a foul call there. Ball will stay with Game Elite. For anyone that's just joining us, man, give them the best nutshell summary of the first half and why we're at the score we're at right now.
I believe Game Elite is up for one reason and one reason only. This team is passing the basketball, everybody eating. It's a beautiful thing to watch. It really is.
You being from New York, I know you'll appreciate the Ace Boogie paid in full, everybody eating reference. Everybody's eating for Game Elite, but make no mistake, there hasn't been starvation on the side of Team Forrest. Even though Game Elite started off a little bit better, had more momentum early on, we've seen Team Forrest really rally to be able to close the gap in the second half after trailing by as many as 12 points. Baker off the mark on that jump shot. Big reason why Team Forrest was able to close the deficit is that man right there pulling up. He's off the mark on the three-pointer, but Solomon Haruna had a good first half. He and Justin Forrest, number 4. Forrest had some big three-pointers there to close that first half out.
Good pull-up. Good money.
Nice-looking shot there by Cameron Jordan. We've seen him above the rim. We've seen him running the floor. There we see him stroke the mid-range J. Pushes the lead back to 5 for Game Elite. Ogwuche looking to do work.
Spray his eyes out. Woo.
Pretty looking shot right there. You see a little bit of talking between Ogwuche and Jordan. All healthy competition.
Yes.
You gotta love to see that, man.
These young fellas out here competing, going hard, trying to do something positive for their family is a beautiful thing.
We hear from time to time how iron sharpens iron, how you really want to be able to compete. It brings the best out of you, but also you can help bring the best out of your opponents. And if I'm a coach, I can evaluate a player against a certain level of talent. But if it's an intense game, a game being brought on both sides, it's really a buffet of sorts for all of the coaches that have come across these games the past few days.
Completely agree. Great outlet pass. Woo.
I've never seen a Tommy Mansky drill for basketball. The Tommy Mansky baseball drills with Fred McGriff on the commercial where they throw the little baseball into the trash can.
You're going old school on me, man.
But I'd say that was the basketball equivalent. That last outlet pass by Cameron Jordan was the basketball equivalent of that Tommy Mansky drill with the little commercial. Man.
I completely agree. That's got to be their 5th or 6th time doing that this game. Just making great outlet passes for easy transition buckets.
Yeah, for anybody born post-83, they're probably looking at that Mansky drill and the Griff reference. Like, what in the world is this guy talking about? One thing you can understand, good game going on here between Game Elite and Team Forrest. 4-point advantage for Game Elite. 5:12 left to play here in the third quarter. There's some sort of discrepancy.
I'll tell you one thing that Game Elite does that you don't see very much in a travel ball setting. They run very, very crisp half-court sets on the offensive end.
And you want to make sure you join us. Speaking of half-court sets, you want to make sure you join us for the 17 and under championship game. PSB Select has been a team whose half-court play has really drawn a lot of attention over the past couple days.
They the San Antonio Spurs of this tournament. Definitely.
They are, man. That's a great reference. And similar to the Spurs, they were in last year's tournament and they lost in the championship game. So that could bode well if that pattern holds true for them here this year. As we see Ogwuche with another bucket.
You can see why he put up a 40-piece. That guy gets buckets. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Baker. He's been here all weekend.
Yes, he has. He's absolutely shown a complete repertoire of his game, passing, scoring, offensive rebounds. That kid's a stud.
Jumping the pass there with Jordan, couldn't hold on to it. Gucci, nice pass inside, eagle to eagle. The Green Forest connection there, making it a 2-point ball game. Go inside to Jordan. This matchup is a fun one to watch, man. One of the better ones in this bracket the entire weekend. Jordan unable to get the bucket to go. Rebound by Aya.
The split. Might have got away with a travel right there.
No might about it, Chief. But Team Forrest keeps it. We'll see if they can cash in.
Oh, hand down, man down once again.
And there's no reason to have a hand down on a Gucci. As Team Forrest has their first lead since the opening minutes. That shot missed there by Jones. But Gucci trying to start feeling it. I have a foul there.
A little soft on that one.
That one, I believe, is going to go against number 3. All right, Jones for Game Elite. 3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Arm straight up. Gucci powers it up. No good on the shot. Rebound by Jordan. Forrest gets the steal and the goaltend against Jordan. I think Forrest has been a real positive from the guard position here. Forrest, number 4 in the white jerseys for Team Forrest. You know, not only his 3-point shooting, but just really making some plays there. He doesn't give up there and actually picks the cookies. Ooh, trying to take cookies this time, but Eastman says no, sir. It's going to be blocked out of bounds, though, there by Simeon.
Yeah, Mount Mutombo right there.
Forrest going to get a much-deserved breather back into the game. Number 1, Solomon Haruna for Team Forrest. Tough right there. You can tell Jordan really wanted to make something happen. He had already premeditated what he was going to do as opposed to kind of reading what the defense did there.
Yeah, Game Elite can't get away from what they do best, and that's sharing the basketball.
Yeah, because now in that play, Jordan had already said in his mind, look, I'm going.
Yeah.
3-point advantage for Team Forrest.
There goes that matchup once again. Great pass out the post.
Shot no good there by Bird, but like you said, good shot. Miles with the 3-pointer. In and out, rebound by Simeon. Just under the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter.
High screen action. Gotta finish that.
Yeah, good rebound. Shot just wouldn't stay down for him. Eastman gets it to Jordan. Jordan a little strong on that shot. Rebound for Gucci. Gucci finished with 20 points, 10 rebounds in the semifinals. Step back.
Hey, young man. Cut that out.
Dominique Dindy. And Dominique Dindy's 3-pointer sends us into a timeout. 6-point advantage. 14 Forrest. 1 minute, 14 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. So we've really seen the tides kind of turn a little bit. And really, even though Game Elite took the lead in at halftime, momentum was already in the favor of Team Forrest. I'd probably say up until about 3 minutes left in the first half, you really started to see things kind of sway towards Team Forrest, and they definitely haven't bucked that trend here in the second half as they currently lead by 6. What do you see as some of the keys to Game Elite getting things back going?
I believe Mr. Baker has to get back in the game, and maybe Mr. Baker doesn't come out for the rest of the game. That guy just, I think he's the the straw that stirs the tea.
Yeah. And since we're in the South, that's sweet tea, I'm assuming.
Sweet, very sweet. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
growing up in Indiana, man, up north, I loved sweet tea when I first moved down to the South. I hated asking people for sweet tea, and then they point to the sugar packets there on the table, different places up north. So I just looked at sweet tea as the biggest commodity when I first moved down to Atlanta. Now it's kind of just second nature.
In New Jersey, it's called iced tea. First time I heard sweet tea was when I moved down here myself.
Yeah, it's funny the different dialects in different parts of the country. I can remember going to college and a guy laughing at me for about 20 minutes when I called something pop. He hadn't heard pop, so plenty of pop when it comes to the talent here in this game. Game Elite trails by 6. Give me that rebound inside by Aguche.
Very strong.
Love how he rebounds from the guard position as well, man. Bird gonna try another three-pointer.
Good hustle. Good hustle. Oh.
Baker disappointed with himself there. Just got a little caught up with pushing it, then wanted to slow it down and get it to his point guard, but kind of got caught in no man's land. Ball back over to Team Forrest. Into the game for Game Elite number 3. Andrew Jones back in as Eastman's going to have a seat.
One thing I love about both teams, both coaches are not afraid to go deep into their bench.
Yep.
You need strong benches to be able to win championships at any level.
Yeah. .35 seconds up to play here in the third quarter. Haruna with it. He's guarded by Miles.
Great pass. Ooh.
Layup won't go. Aya says, don't worry, I got your back.
That young man is certainly precious to this team. Woo.
No kidding. As he makes it an 8-point advantage. That shot just short. Aguche with another rebound. He's got 4 rebounds over the past 2 minutes alone. Nice defense there by Jones. And that's going to do it. That'll end the third quarter. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. We'll take a short break, and when we get back, we'll bring you the final and deciding quarter of this 16 and under championship.
I mean, he'll say something and then go right into. Yeah, your transitions is sick, real sick. Nah, he's good at this, man. Real talk, he's real good at this. Hey, this is wifey hating.
All right, we're about ready to get the fourth quarter kicked off. I'm Marcus Burnett, joined by LaShawn Dempsey. As we get ready to decide this thing, who will take home the 16 and under championship hardware here from the Best of the South. Not sure if you've seen the trophies. We'll make sure we get a shot of it during one of the timeouts, but it's not a bad thing to have hanging on your shelf, or sitting on your shelf, I should say.
Not at all.
Brendan Miles going to try the three-pointer. Off the mark. Following your shot, though.
Way to stay with it, young fella.
We're following your shot being one of those fundamental things that everybody says, but how often do you see it done?
Not very often. Not very often.
The giant killer floater there along the baseline. It's knocked down by Dominique Dindy.
Great teardrop.
Lancaster all net, but not the way you want to go it there on that shot.
Great
Bounce pass ahead.
Ooh. Ooh. That's a big boy pass there.
Those type of passes, man. If he's taking geometry, you know, he's probably scoring, getting pretty good grades in it, man.
Yes,
you know, you needed a protractor for that angle right there, man.
Yeah, I love the educational wit, man. That's what it's all about. Scholar athletes out here.
No doubt, you got to be both, man.
Have to.
Got to be both. Is this an 8-point advantage? 14 Forrest. We've seen some lead swings in this game. Game Elite had the majority of the first half in their favor. Second half, mainly Team Forrest. Nice defense there by Dindy. Jump ball. It's going to send it back over to Team Forrest.
Really interested to see what kind of adjustments these coaches are going to make, especially on the defensive end, to slow the game up or speed it up, to see what they want to dictate.
It's going to be a fun dynamic to watch. You see the crossover by Forrest. Kicks it out to Bird. Bird hasn't gotten the stroke going, but he changes that right there.
Knock it down, young fella. Knock it down.
He's been close on his past few three-pointers, but all of his threes that he's taken have been good shots.
Yes, they have. I tell you, Team Forrest is this second half is showing a great ability to share the rock on their behalf.
Yeah.
They've been getting great assists, guards getting in the lane and kicking. Great basketball.
That's why they have an 11-point advantage now. Too easy getting all the way to the third level there. Is Justin Forrest, number 4 there in the white jersey. He's having a solid game overall. His most recent deuce makes it a 13-point advantage for Team Forrest. Eastman has that shot blocked there by Dindy. Uche being guarded by Miles. Miles, a solid defender.
Great pass.
Precious Aya says, I'll take it from there. And one.
And one.
Aya to the free throw line. I tell you what, man, you know, I regretted spilling that Red Bull at halftime, man, but I'm really getting energized by this play as we get ready to decide this champion. You know, it's really been a back and forth game, and I think it's only going to get better as this fourth quarter wraps up. But we got 5 minutes and 9 seconds left to play now. Plenty of game left, but a pivotal stretch here as Game Elite can't let this 15-point advantage turn into dubs.
No dubs here.
Eastman.
Baker definitely needs to touch this possession. Needs to touch it.
Jones with it now. Jones hesitates. Baker going to be fouled.
Good things happen when that young man get his hands on the ball.
Yeah. That's a great point. And when you say good things happen, we've been able to see that more than in just the scoring form. You know, like you mentioned, he really did a great job of serving as a catalyst there in that first half by, you know, rebounding, pushing the ball, and being able to find his teammates. Just short on the first free throw. Checking back into the game for Team Forrest, number 32, Marcel Gleaton. Baker connects on the second free throw.
Four-court action. Oh. Hey, come here.
Bird can't get his second three-pointer of the game. That one, long rebound, brought in by Jones. Now he gets it to Eastman. Nice defense there by Aguche. No good on the layup. Nice hustle to get back there by Miles and Jones. Game Elite pushes it the other way. Cameron Jordan has it. Give Team Forrest's defense credit. They've kept Cameron Jordan fairly quiet over the past few minutes.
Right, good kick.
Miles uses the shot fake, waits patiently, gets the bucket to go. 12-point advantage.
One thing I've seen all weekend with the better teams is the guard's ability to be able to get in the lane, not for the opportunity to score, but to get it to a teammate.
Seeing plays being made at this time right now. Team Forrest making more on their end. So we got 4 minutes and 4 seconds left to play here in this game, man. Your thoughts on LeBron going back home to Cleveland, man?
I loved it, man. I'm a huge LeBron fan, and I fully understand just that love for home.
Yeah.
I've been in Georgia for a while, but if I ever get the opportunity to go back to New Jersey, I'll probably take it with bells and whistles on. So for LeBron to be able to help bring a championship back to a place that haven't experienced a champion in almost 60 years, I applaud him.
Yeah, that's love there, man. It's got to be love to go from South Beach back to Winters up north. You know,
a lot of love. Woo.
Like I said, it would take a LeBron-sized contract for me to move back up to where I'm from in the Midwest and deal with those winters again.
Woo.
Actually, maybe not LeBron size. I'll take give me Shabazz Napier's contract right now, and I'll probably move back up there.
Yeah, you'll be pretty well off.
Gucci takes it right at Baker. Going to be fouled.
As you mentioned earlier, this young fella is such a strong guard, complete guard. Rebounds well, scores well on all three levels. He's definitely making his name for himself.
He can't get that first free throw to go. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left on the clock. .13 advantage. Nice explosive speed right there. Right around the corner. Jones with the layup. Bird able to save the day there. Nice defense, though, by Eastman.
Good hand. Hey.
Jordan to Jones. I think Aguche's really done a great job on the defensive end of being able to not only have the foot speed to beat the ball handler to the spot, but he's really selling that offensive. If you extend your arm just a little bit, he's selling that contact.
That brother should get an Academy Award for the act he's put on. And
he's doing it in a way to where it doesn't look like an obvious flop. If he's doing it in a way to where if this were the NBA, I don't even think he'd get the league office email for the fine for $5,000. I think they say, yeah, that was a foul.
Yeah, he keeping his money. But that just shows IQ. You got to have IQ on the offensive and defensive end.
Yeah, it's funny. To me, there's a fine line between basketball IQ, knowing the situation, and possibly being able to get a turnover for your team, and then flopping. It's a fine line that a lot of guys got to toe.
Yes. Ooh.
Brendan Miles with the three-pointer. I like Miles, man. I like that kid. Was able to do an SUV TV game of the week back during the high school season. It was Whitfield Academy versus North Cobb Christian. A North Cobb Christian team that featured at the time, Kendall Crute, who was, shooting. Was one of the best shooters in the state at that time.
Boy.
Stephen Jelks, the Mercer commit. Trey Kalina, the 7-footers. Just a solid, Greg Mata coach team. And North Cobb Christian was able to get a resounding victory just off of their defense alone. They took a team that was one of the better shooting teams in the state and really locked them down. And Brendan Miles, number 21 here in the black jerseys, was a big part of that win coming off the bench there for Coach Johnson's team.
I tell you, a lot of these young men, they all come from solid high school programs that translate to this travel ball season. There's no coincidence that these young men know how to play the game, because they serve under some really high-level coaches on their high school teams.
We got a turnover there by Team Forrest. Ball back over to Game Elite. Eastman for three. No good. Baker with the rebound. Soft touch. Count it. So the lead is 16 for Team Forrest. Oguche to Aya. Aya with the layup drill.
Big fella finishes everything around the rim.
Yep.
Everything.
Yeah, just put it on the counter. He'll take it from there. We see Cameron Jordan knock down a big three from the corner. It's only 1:54 left to play here in this game. Game Elite still playing like they feel they can come back and get it.
And they definitely can.
Yeah, and you can appreciate that. I mean, whether it's mathematically possible for you to come back and win a game, even though winning is maybe the primary objective for your team, at the end of the day, there's still college coaches watching. You want to be able to compete.
You make a great point. These college coaches truly care less whether you win or lose. As a player, you definitely want to win, but they want to see you being able to compete and being a dog.
Yeah.
Being a dog.
Yeah. And how can I evaluate you and really get the best, 360 synopsis of you if I only see you in a setting where you're winning? Let me see your body language when you're losing. Let me see if you're going to do the small things, if you're going to still continue to play defense, or if you're already thinking about the AC, that ride home, and what you're going to get into once you leave Sewanee.
Definitely. And I'm definitely got to take that 360 synopsis. I'm using that this year.
No doubt, man. I'll shoot you the invoice for the royalty fees, man. Too easy there. Aya misses the first. Gets the second one to go. Way too easy there. Aruna giving Jones no room to breathe on defense. Miles slips on a wet spot. Still retains his balance.
Great pass.
Jordan, he just knocked down a three-pointer. Can't get that one to go. Nice job of getting a hand on it by Jones. Jordan gets it. 7-point deficit. 1 minute, 7 seconds left to play.
The pass. The pass, young fellow.
Nice pass by Eastman. Good job by Cameron Jordan of continuing to run. If he doesn't keep running right there, Eastman is in a tough position right there, because I'm not sure he could have got it to Miles without it being intercepted, but nice job of running by Jordan.
Jamily have one more foul to give. Got to go for a steal in a situation for taking that foul.
Checking back into the game for Game Elite number 23, Mark Lancaster. Should they be able to get a stop? His three-point services have been pretty good for him so far here in this game.
Oh, great play. Great play. You think Big James got that from Bobby Crimmins?
Hey, he might have, man. We're going to have Eastman going to the free throw line. Andrew Jones to the free throw line. 36.5 seconds left to play. And give Team Forrest credit. If you're Game Elite right now, you've only committed 16 fouls. You need one more team foul to get in the penalty. And Team Forrest has ran a couple inbounds plays to where fouling hasn't even been an option. They passed the ball in and gotten a layup.
You cannot get to this championship game without being able to execute inbound plays, half-court set plays, defensive end. I mean, these teams are very well coached.
Yep.
Very well coached.
So that's going to send John Oguche to the free throw line. Unofficially, he's easily got a double-double this game as far as points and rebounds.
Definitely. You gotta love complete guards. I love guards that can get in there and scrap it out with the big men as well as being able to put points up.
Pushes the lead to 8, does Aguche. Baker Jr. going to try the three-pointer. Just short. Cashes in on the mid-range. Thought the official thought they had signaled a timeout, some miscommunication there. So Team Forrest will inbound it. 6-point advantage for Team Forrest. 23.1 seconds left to play.
Oh,
touchdown
great
pass.
Play. Great play. Another great play from an inbound set by Team Forrest. James Forrest was definitely listening when Bobby was out there breaking down game film and situations.
Good man to listen to.
Yeah.
But I think, part of that was, a good play, but part of that was, error on behalf of Game Elite. There's no way in the world that guy should leak, and nobody was within 5-6 feet of him initially. If there's some sort of switch that was taking place right there, you guys got to be able to communicate right there in that setting. But that's easily, I believe, the third or fourth straight inbounds play that's resulted in that type of outcome. And you don't have that margin for error here against a solid Team Force.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
So lead still 8 for Team Force, but back to the LeBron situation, one of the funniest gifs that I've seen online was the image of the Lance Stevenson ear blow. But instead of him blowing in LeBron's ear, he was blowing on the LeBron jersey that was in flames when he initially left Cleveland. So they were showing Lance Stevenson blowing the flames out on the jersey.
I have not seen that one, but that is definitely going to be Google image very shortly. Very shortly.
Haruna with the steal, saves it, but right to Cameron Jordan.
I tell you, Haruna, I would say, was the key factor and the change in momentum. His ability to get to the rim, and he got it on the yo-yo. He definitely does.
He was huge for him. Forrest made plays for them. Aya, Aguche was great, but there was a point where they really hit a doldrums there in the first half, and Haruna really served as a shot in the arm, per se, for them there in that first half.
Definitely.
So Eric Woodard at the free throw line. Woodard out of Tri-Cities High School. In and out on the second. 10-point advantage for Team Force. Eastman going to try the three ball. It's off the back of the rim. And that is going to do it here for the 16 and under championship. They're the best of the South. Team Forrest will go home victorious in this one. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcus Burnett. He's LaShawn Dempsey. Stick with us. Don't go anywhere. We've got 17 and under championship action coming up next. It'll be PSB Select versus Florida Elite. Thanks for watching here on SUV TV.